Hi there, and welcome to another episode of IELTS Band 9 Show. I'm your host, and today I want to show you something really quick. Okay, all right, real quick. Now, take a look at this. This is Tolulope, and here is IELTS result. So just take a look at this. Take a look at this. What did you see here? What do you see? I'm going to zoom into it so you see. What do you see? What do you see in my writing? Writing 7, right? Okay. Now, um, take a look at this other one. Take a look at this one. Look at this again. This is Edith. Yeah, okay, I'll see zoom. Let me zoom into a writing. What do you get? What do you see here? That's writing 7, right? Okay. Now the last one, this is okay. I'm going to zoom into a result. What do you see here? Take a look. What is here? That's writing 7.5, right? Okay, great. So now, Tolulope, Edith, and okay. What do you think they all have in common? Now, you likely say they had about 7 and above in their eyes, and that's correct. But do you know one more thing they have in common is this? They all complained of being slow and having no clue about IS essay topics before they took their test. They all complained of being slow writers and they had and having no clue about the IELTS essay topics before they took their test. So now the question is nice. How did these lovely but at a point confused women transit from being slow writers and having no clue about the IELTS writing questions to how they move from that point to getting a band 7 or above in writing? Now that's what today's show is all about. So welcome to the IELTS Band 9 show, and today's episode I'll be revealing how you can get IELTS writing band 7 and above in one sitting, even if you're a slow writer, even if you have no clue about the essay topic presented to you. But before we get into today's episode, I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine that you're in an exam hall and you open the question paper, you read through the questions, and they all look and feel like Greek because you have no clue about the topic being asked. To make matters worse, you are a slow writer also, and you know that the time given won't be enough for you to finish tax 1 and tax 2. Right now, it feels as if like you're in the hall and you're feeling like, oh, I'm done for. You have to, you need a miracle, like you need to perform a magic, or you're going to fail the test. If you find yourself in this kind of situation, what will you do to ensure you come out of the test alive, 100% assured of a band 7 in writing? Like, what can you do? What will you do to secure a band 7 in writing so you don't fail the test again? So you don't end up after the test getting worried and worked up on how when your results come, how you going to face your spouse or face your sponsor that you failed again. So you don't get in that kind of position. What can you do? What will you do to save yourself? Now, if I were you know what I would do? I will use the insider secret I gave these lovely women, and that gave them this pan writing 7 and above. Yes, I will use that insider secret, and it's that insider secret I'll be giving to you today. So, but before I give you the insider secret, before we get to that, let me introduce myself in case you don't know me. Now, I'm Triumf. I am Nigeria's most sought after and of course most expensive IELTS coach. Now, in 2018, I stumbled on Ireland. I was just browsing through and I stumbled on an IELTS thread, and I was stunned to see how IELTS was stopping so many people, so many Nigerians from advancing their career. Those who want to study abroad, those who want to do their PhD or masters. How they were complaining about IELTS, and it was making them not take their study visa. Like there were so many people. IELTS were literally stopping those who want to go to Canada, those who want to relocate to Australia. It was literally stopping them from securing a better future for their kids abroad, and it wasn't nice. Like all over the forum, people were complaining of how they failed the exam several times and they've wasted a fortune in the process. So, being fed up with all this, I took upon myself, okay, I think I need to come in and stop all this nonsense. I need to break the jinx, break this IR jinx. I need to find a simple way, cheat code that people can use to pass their IELTS once. And let me turn this IELTS from a monster to a child's play. So I went all in. I began interviewing 100 people. Everybody I noticed that passed their IELTS in one sitting, I began interviewing them. I interviewed even those who failed and eventually passed. I interviewed them. I got into super expensive programs. I had to invest in those kind of programs to know what is the secret to actually passing this test in one sitting. And I studied. I burned the midnight candles, the afternoon candles. I don't think it's like afternoon candles. but anyways, you get the picture. I went all in. I went all in. I went the extra mile, and eventually, I discovered the cheat codes. I square cheat codes. I arranged them. I started practicing them. And, yeah, tested them, and I took my test. I got a band 9 in reading. I got my desired 7.5. And if you right now, if you want to take IELTS, if you want, you're thinking of taking IELTS, and it's a challenge to you, and you want IELTS to be a child's play for you, stick to me to the end of this show, because today I'll be giving you, we'll be discovering the cheat code writing band 7 and above, even if you're a slow writer and have no clue about what the essay topic. Now, this cheat code is a simple but powerful three-step formula. Now, the formula I use the formula I gave to Tolope, Edit, and OK. And it's the reason why they all got to band 7 and above in writing. Okay, so now here's the formula. The first step to this cheat code is 1. Focus more on task 2. Then 2. Plan your essay before you begin. Then 3. Use a proven band 9 essay structure that works irrespective of the essay question. Now, as simple as this 3-step cheat code might look, if you don't follow this cheat code, this is what's going to happen to you. It's probably happened to you already. If you're taking the test and you did follow this probably happened to you now. You'll notice first of all that you will always find yourself running out of ideas in the exam hall. Then you'll notice that you're wasting time thinking and waiting for ideas to come when you're supposed to be writing. You're wasting time. You pause, waiting for ideas to come when you're supposed to be writing. And as a result, the test time will not be enough for you. You know, it's very short. So even wasting further time, so the time will not be enough for you, and you'll end up not finishing your essays, which means one thing. It means that you will end up getting a band 5, a band 6, a band 6.5, which is not enough for your relocation plans. So you end up in a situation where you have to either give up on your IELTS, or you have to give up on your dreams to secure a better future for your kids abroad, or you have to pay another 79,000 or whatever the current fee is, hoping that you don't fail the test again. Now, this is the reason why we made sure that Tolope, Edith, and OK follow this 3-step cheat code. Yeah, and Tolope ended up getting the writing 7. Edith got the writing 7 also, and OK got a 7.5. Now, despite these people being slow writers, despite having no clue about the essay questions they were tackling. Now, if this 3-step cheat code is so powerful, the question that probably come up in your mind now is, how do you focus more attention in writing task 2? How do you plan your essay? What is a band 9 essay structure like? How do you get one? When you have it, how do you use it? Now, if these questions have crossed your mind, I really want you to just sit, relax, remove any form of distraction, and watch this show to the end, because in the main part of this episode, this is what we'll be answering. Okay? So then let's get into the first step 1, which is focus more attention on writing task 2. But the question is, why should you be doing this in effect? Why should you do it? Remember, you're a slow writer, and also you have no clue about the topic of the question. So why do this in the first place? Now, on Thursday, when you open your question paper, you'll say something like this. You will see the writing taxon question first, and you'll be advised to answer the question within 20 minutes, as you can see here. Then, after the writing taxon question, you will see the writing tax 2 question, and they will advise you to answer it within 40 minutes, which makes the entire writing test 60 minutes. Now, make no mistake, if you follow this sequence that is arranged in the question paper, if you follow it, that is, if you answer tax 1 first, then answer tax 2 next, you are slowly sliding yourself into failing the writing test again. How? Look at this. When IELTS examiners want to mark your script, this is how they mark it. This is how they judge. The entire writing score, 33% of it is accredited to tax 1. Now, then 66% of the total writing score is in tax 2. If you know a bit about mathematics, you notice that 33 times 2 is 66. That means tax 2 contains twice the score of tax 1. Now, what this means is that tax 1 carries only 1/3 of the entire writing score, and tax 2 carries 2/3 of the entire writing score. Now, in simpler terms, this is what it means. I used to do like tax 2 is times 2 of tax 1. So if you answer only tax 2 and do it right, you end up securing a band 6 even if you don't do tax 1 at all. Now that's an extreme case, but let's assume that you have some time left for tax 1, which probably will happen. And with your tax 6 that you secured in writing your with band 6 that you've secured in tax 2, with that one you've secured, if you can just breeze through your tax 1, and which is normally simpler and easier, if you can just breeze through it, even if you perform poorly in tax 1 and you only got just one extra band from doing tax 1, with the band 6 you've already secured in tax 2, because the only one band you got from tax 1, you end up getting a band 7. You understand? Because let me simplify this. You know, the entire score is band 9, and uh, if writing tax 2 is times 2 of writing tax 1, that means if you split the 9, 6 is to tax 1 can only get 3. 3 times 2 is 6, so 3 plus 6 makes it the total 9. Do you get it? So even if you can secure the 6, if you spend time to secure the 6 in writing tax 2, and you just use the remaining time you have to just do the tax 1, and even if you perform poorly and you only got play band 1, to add it to your tax 2 band 6 you've already gotten, boom, your band 7 is ready. So now you might be asking, but you just said, hey Triumph, you just said that the tax 1 is simpler, so why don't I just start with this and secure the score first before I go to the one that is seemingly harder, which is the tax 2? Why don't I do that? Now if you ask that question, that's a good question. Now but look at this. I just showed you this slide and I told you that tax 1 is only 33% of the total score. So that means if you answer only tax 1 and by chance you perform poorly in tax 2, or probably you didn't do, let's take the extreme case, you didn't do tax 2 at all, the highest score you can ever get is a band 3. Can you imagine that? Now between securing a band 6 first, that is when you do the tax 2 first, or securing a band 3 by doing the tax 1 first, which one would you rather do? Now this is the reason why I advise Lope, Edith, and okay, I advise all my students, all of them, to start with the tax 2 question first. Now, when you're in the exam or when the writing test starts, your brain is really fresh, so you tend to do better with the first essay you write. Yeah, you do better with the first essay you write, because they won't be telling you time is 20 minutes more, 10 minutes more at that point in time. So you're more coordinated. So this is why it's very important that you invest the first 40 minutes when your brain is fresh and the tension is not high, when the tension is very low. You invest it in securing a band 6 from tax 2. Then you can use the remaining 20 minutes when you, at that time you're already fatigued, but you've secured a band 6. So even if you just get only with band 1 in the tax 2 and you add that to the band 6 you've gotten in tax, only if you just secure band 1 in tax 1 and you add that to the band 6 you've secured in tax 2, boom, your band 7 is ready and you're ready to jubilate. Okay, do you get that? Okay, now with that said, let's look at step 2, which is plan your essay before you begin. Now this applies to both tax 1 and tax 2. Okay, now here's the code. Yes, this is the harsh truth, but you just have to know it. Is you see, if you don't want to run out of ideas in the exam hall, please plan your essay before you start. If you don't want to be wasting time thinking and waiting for ideas to come when you ought to be writing at the middle of the exam, please plan your essay before you start. If you don't want to run out of time, you don't want to end up not finishing your essay, please plan your essay before you start. Now, there's probably this popular quote by Winston Churchill that says, who you face to plan is planning to fail. And some people will say this quote is not always true. And you know what? They're probably right, but you can never be right when you're talking about writing test. Failing to plan is one of the major reasons many people are struggling to get a band 7 in writing. Immediately they see the question in the exam hall, they just begin bending. They just bend their head and boom, and they start writing. You start writing without planning. They don't even think of the ideas they are going to write about before all the ideas they're going to write about. They don't think about it and note it down first before they start writing. You then want to allocate time to each part of the essay so that they will know how to track themselves, to know if they are working with time or not. They don't do that, and because they don't do these things, this is what happens. They write to a point, all of a sudden they just go blank. And they will start waiting. They'll start wasting time. You'll start thinking of the next idea to write. No. This is not what you should be doing. This is very, very terrible. don't fall into that trap. Planning is key. If now you might be saying, okay, Triumph, I agree with you. Okay, I have to plan. So how do I plan my essay? How do you plan your essay? Now that is where step three comes in, which is using a proven by nine essay structure that works irrespective of the essay you're going to write. Now, before we really get into this step, I just want to clarify this. I hope you know that tax two has five question types. I hope you know that in general training, tax one, because general training and tax one is different in general training and academics. So I hope you know that tax one has only two question types. Some people say three, some teachers say three, which is very confusing. But only two. Yeah, it's only two. Then if you're doing the academic selection, tax one only has seven question types. I'm not saying you're going to answer seven questions. No, the different type of question that will likely come on Thursday is seven. So one of them will appear. I hope you know this. Now, if you don't know this, no problem. And another episode we'll talk about this. But I just want you to be aware going forward. Now because there's different question types, the only way left for you to get a band 7 and above easily is to use a proven band 9 essay structure that you can always plan and work with. So let me show you the band 9 structure I shared with Tolulope, Edit and OK, the one that they use to get a band 7 and above in the writing. All right. So for you to use this one also, you need just two ideas. So it's like this is why it's very easy to use. Just only need two ideas. Only two ideas, just two ideas. Don't worry. If you're the kind of person who's confused, who don't know how to generate ideas easily, in another episode of this show we'll talk about that. But today I just want to focus on that's banana structure and let's just look at it. So, like I said, you just need only two ideas relevant to the topic of the question. Then you go ahead to plan and work with this banana structure. And this is how it is. This is how it starts. The first thing you do is you write your introduction. And the first paragraph you write, just write introduction, no more than like 2-3 sentences you should be done. And what you just do, just talk about the topic of the essay and just mention your two ideas that you're using for the essay. And the next paragraph, what you do is you just you discuss your first idea. Within 6 to 8 sentences, you're done. Boom. Then in the third paragraph, what you do is discuss your second idea using this. Just use within 6 to 8 sentences. Yeah, 6 is enough. Boom, you're done. Just discuss your second idea. Then the fourth paragraph, what you just do is conclude your essay by paraphrasing the question and re-mentioning your two main ideas. Now, this will help you very, 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 very greatly. It will help you greatly in the tax 2, especially in the tax 2, because that's the most important way you can get the highest band you can get and just bridge to your tax 1 and just add a bit to it to secure your band 7. So this is the proven band 9 essay structure that we use to get that I give to Tolulope and all my students. That's what they use to get to secure a band 7, despite being slow writers, despite having no clue about the essay topic. As you can see here, Tolulope here. That essay structure that is what she used, including ED2 got a band 7 and okay, we got a band 7.5. All right. So now if you're struggling with the writing test or IELTS in general, you're thinking, hey, Triumph, I really need your help. I need help. The help. And if you want to talk to me, if you want to discuss with me about your IELTS worries, if you're like right now, like I'm really tired. I'm tired of failing. I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of being frustrated with IELTS. Like I failed IELTS once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, and it feels like there's no hope. If right now you're feeling like, how can I end all my IELTS worries and let me just go on with my life? How can I be free from IELTS so that I can take my medical exam and start practicing in the UK so that I can be free from IELTS, so I can just further my Canada relocation. Like I have everything sorted, but just this IELTS is just a problem for me right now. How can I be free from IELTS if you're like, oh, my study visa is pending right now because I need IELTS to secure my admission abroad, to go and school, to do my master's or to do my PhD. If this sounds like if you feel stuck because of IELTS, if you feel stuck in life right now because of IELTS, if you're unhappy about your situation and you're unhappy because you need a band 7.5 and above, going to go forward with your plans. Now, let me give you an opportunity for you to reach me, an opportunity for us to talk and solve your challenge. Okay, so Now, um, below this video, you'll see a button that could probably like get more help here or something like that. But you'll see a red button. It should be a red button, a link up or above this video. If you're watching this on YouTube and check the comment section, you will see there'll be in the description. You will see check the description. You will see a link. You will see a link there. Now that link will help you to will take you to my secret system that gets you a band 7.5 and above in one sitting, even if you have little or no time to study because of your job. Now, is this the reason why I'm recommending this is because it's what I've used to is what I used to get Dr. Emmanuel, who is set to relocate to the UK right now, probably would have traveled by now. I think I'll reach him. I'll reach him and just let me know how far he has gone. But anyways, it's what I used them to get to Emmanuel. This in 2020 that should be last year. Yeah. So he got a listening 8, right, reading 7, writing 7, and speaking 7.5. He actually failed IS twice before we started working together, and he got this score, and boom, now he's set for the UK. Also, okay, Molola here. Molola got a listening 8, reading 7.5, writing 7, speaking 7.5, using this system that gets you 7.5 and above, even if you have little or no time to study because of a job. Molola is in Birmingham right now because she took her test in 2019. You can see the date. Probably I'll zoom in. She took her test in 2019. Before we started working, before we worked together to get this result, she actually failed IELTS. She got, I think she got a listening 6, reading 6. She got a band 6 all through, and that wasn't enough for the location plan. And so yeah, she used this particular system, and it started working since 2018. Seriously, so and it has not stopped working. It has not stopped working. Even if you don't have, she used it. She was a banker then, yeah. She was a banker then. No time. She didn't have time to work. She struggling. Of course, you know, our bankers like you don't really have time. So she used a particular system, and she got this particular result. Her first attempt after going through this particular system. Same with okay, yeah, okay. It's one of my recent students. Very very funny situation. She'd been running from IELTS for more than 6 years. Like she swore not to take any she swore not to take any to write any exam again since 2015. They wanted to relocate in 2015, but eventually she used the system, and one of the episodes, I think I will invite her on the episodes, and we'll talk live. So we listen to her. She'll share her experience with you. So yeah, and she learned like a listening 9, reading 7.5, writing 7, speaking 7.5. Yeah, same system that Tolupe, you probably know her now. She used. She got she's a nurse. Yeah, registered nurse. Listening 7, writing reading 8.5, writing 7, and speaking 7. Then also edit is a 2020 case. Is one of my 2020 success. Yeah, and she's also a banker. Oh my goodness! Like these guys, they really don't have time to study, and I'm really grateful that there's this. I could come up with this system that help people pass their IS, even when we don't have time to study. Even though they don't have that even they have little time or no time to study because of their job. And she got a listing 8.5, reading 8.5, reading 7, speaking 7.5. And it was her first attempt. Lucky woman. She just feel like Triumph, please, I don't have any this is my situation, I need help. What can I do with the current issues with despite having no time, and boom, she used it, and boom, and she got it. First attempt. Yeah, lucky lady. So even some of my students really they failed before they used the system. They failed with all that tutors before using the system, like Oge, yeah. Oge actually failed 3 times before she reached out to me. And in her very next attempt using the secret system, she got a desired 7.5. All right, so click the button below. It will take you to this system so that you can start using it today and start getting your band 7.5 and above in one sitting, even if you have little or no time to study because of your job. So, and with that system, also you have opportunity. With it, you have the opportunity to be with me on the phone for 1 hour, so we can discuss your worries and actually, yeah, special plans to help you, boom, secure your score so that you can go ahead to secure a better future for your kids abroad, so that you can also go ahead and advance your career, get that degree you need to improve your career. Okay, so yeah, click the button below. So let's end your IELTS worries. Let's make IELTS a done day so that you can be free. If you want to get in touch with me, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can post a comment we'll get back to you. And you can reach my assistant on WhatsApp also. Our number is +234 um plus two three four 8111. For Nigeria, that's 08111 201967. I'll go back again. If you're outside the country, if you're outside Nigeria, that's +234. You have to use the country code. Then 8111 201967. If you're Nigeria, you just do 08111 201967. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just use you can just post a comment just make a comment. Of course, give this video a thumbs up, and yeah. But if you the link to the secret the link also to the link to my to this system also is, if you're watching this on YouTube, it will be in the description. But if you're watching this on our website, there'll be a button under or above. Click on it and access it so that you can get started right now. Okay, so that's it for this episode. That's it for this episode. I'll see you in our next episode. I remain Triumf, and peace.